What is this?
Cylinder.
Cylinder.
It looks like a scroll.
It's crack kills. Remember that. What is this?
Cone.
It is not a triangle. Triangle is two-dimensional. It's a cone. What's the difference between a cylinder and a cone?
A cone. They don't look alike.
Like an ice cream cone.
Okay, one has a vertex right there, right? And the other one has two bases. One base, two base. Very different things. Let me take roll. So you should have this first paper. And I want you to make an educated guess. So I'm going to fill this cylinder up with these little cubes because I forgot my rice at home. I'm going to fill it up with these little cubes and then pour it into my cylinder. And I want you to take a guess of how many cones it will take to fill up the cylinder. They have the same size base and they're the same height. Same base, same height.
How do you forget that?
I didn't say shout, right? So put your best guess right there. How many of these cones will it take to fill up the cylinder? While I take roll. No.
So we just guess.
Two people. Best guess. Best educated guess. What do you think? Alright, ready?
Who's on the left?
Go ahead. That's one. That's one. So if you want to change your guess, go ahead and change your guess. That's one cone. Oh, can't see. There we go. And it's filled up. If you're watching on the podcast, we still have a ways to go.
It looks like Legos.
I wish they were because I do like Legos. And I'm feeling a little spacey today, I'm not gonna lie. What makes you feel? It's true. This is very true. Here's the second one. So, I'll hold it up for y'all. I'll have to watch on the podcast. It comes up a lot of it. If you want to change your guess again, change your guess. Let's see if we can't make a mess with this last one. Ready? Didn't get that many. I'm so proud of me.
Dang, I got right.
All the way up to the top. So how many cones did it take to fill up the cylinder? Three. So one cylinder equals how many cones? Three cones. And this is only true if they have the same height and the same size base. Same height and same base. And these do, right? If I put this on here, same size base, and they're the same height. So if it takes 3 cones to fill up a cylinder, a cone is 1/3 of a cylinder because it takes 3 whole cones to fill up a cylinder. So a cone is 1/3 of a cylinder. That's important. That's a test question. Hint, hint, hint. Hint, hint. It's, I'm not even going to say it might be on the test, like legit it's on the test. Hint, 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 hint. Okay, so let's look up or who remembers from yesterday, our volume formula for a cylinder. If you forgot it, it's on page 97 on your formula sheet. I'll move this out of the way. I'm making a hot mess in here. Capital B, H. What did the capital B stand for? area of the base, and my base is a circle. So then how did we find B? If the base is a circle, how do you find the area of a circle?
Pi r squared.
There, pi r squared. And if you've forgotten this stuff, no big deal. I'm not forcing you to memorize it. It should be on page 97, right? Your big B's up there, and your volume, where'd they go? There. Volume for cylinders there. Now what about here, pyramid or cone? What's the formula for the volume of a cone? 1/3 BH. So the volume for a cone is just like a cylinder, only it's 1/3. Why do you think that 1/3 is on there?
Because it takes 3 cones to fill up one.
Yep. Because a cone is a third of a cylinder. It takes 3 cones to fill up 1 cylinder. Do what? You can't see? How about that? Do I need to zoom in? How's that? You're welcome. Why is it doing that flashing thing? That's disturbing. That's weird. I'm gonna turn that off. Maybe that'll. Oh, it's too dark. Temperamental today. Alright, so for review, we'll start by finding the volume of the cylinder. That's what we did yesterday. And then we'll do the new stuff, find the volume of the cone. So, what's the first thing we should do? Write the formula. So, what's the formula? Huh? What's the formula? V equals.
You can say V equals BA.
Yep. What 3 things do we need to find before we touch any of this?
Base.
Got some of that right.
Base pi.
Radius, pi, and height. Alright, we need those 3 things. That's an H. There we go. What part of the circle is the radius? I know the number is 8, but how do we know if it's 8 or if it's 16 or if it's 4? When do we half it?
If it's full life, line of all
If it's the diameter and all the way, we half it. But this is the radius. It's halfway. What is pi?
3.14.
3.14. And what's the height? Now what?
Do that.
Find big B. How do I find big B?
Pi r squared.
Pi times radius squared, because it's a circle. What if my base wasn't a circle? Would I use pi r squared?
No.
No, those are only for circles.
You use
Whatever formula we need.
That's 2 pi r h.
No, that's surface area. That's a whole hot mess. So 3.14 times 8 squared.
Are we going to do surface area for cones?
No, that formula is nasty.
200.96.
So this would be easy then.
And we're going to plug that in for big B.
It's 200.
Ooh, it is a 200. I just messed it up with my little arrow. I just made it look worse. Dang it. 200.96. Is that better? Okay. So then how would I use that to find my volume? Take big B times H, area of my base times the height. Don't be shouty.
Oh.
Thank you. trying to help the snow.
Don't help it snow.
What?
Because
Who needs them?
I could use a day. I don't know about you, but I could use a day just to sleep. I haven't slept in a
I
while.
want a specific day for it to snow. Thursday when it starts.
Specific.
Get over it. It's specific.
No, that's an ocean, sweetheart. What's the answer, Chase? Since you already shouted it out.
2,813.
BQ.
Thank you. Alright, so that's what we did yesterday, and that's pretty easy stuff-ish.
Yeah.
I mean, Big B's a little bit complicated. Big B's always going to be complicated. I don't know what to do about that for you. Sorry.
It's okay.
Hey. So for a cone, I want you to also find radius, pi, and height. But what do we notice about this cone?
It's got.
It's got a base.
What's the radius of the cone?
8.
Is that the same?
8.
What's the height of the cone?
14.
14.
Oh my god.
So is any of this piece up here going to change?
No.
No. So Big B is still going to be 200.96 because it's the same base as this. It's the same height and everything.
Now we gotta half that.
Ooh, careful. What's the formula for the volume of a cone? How many cones did it take?
V equals 1/3 times 6 times 5.
Alright, so the only difference that we're going to do here is do that one little 1/3 piece. So for now, just try to fill it out, and then I'll show you the different ways that we can type this into the calculator. So 1/3 times, what was Big B that we found? Times, what's the height? Okay, so there's a few ways we can type this in, and I'll show you all of them. One way is to do the alpha y equals enter. Ooh, do it correctly. Alpha y equals enter. And type the fraction in. If you do that, you have to make sure you arrow over. If you stay underneath the fraction and keep typing, it won't get you the right answer. So you have to arrow over. Okay, the problem with doing the fraction is every once in a while it'll give you your answer as a fraction. And so that's a little bit weird, so you would just have to divide top by bottom. You could also do 1 divided by 3 times Big B times 14. You could also do Big B times 14 divided by 3.
That still works.
Yep. So that's 3 different ways that you can type it in. I don't care which way you do, just pick one and go with it. Okay, I do this one right here. That's the one I do. So at any rate, we're going to go to the second decimal place, so what's my answer? 8, 1, the 3 makes us round up or stay the same? When do you round down? When do you round down?
You never round up. What are you talking about? Yeah, see?
So what do we think about volume for a cone? Is it hard?
Easy, actually.
Not really. I mean, Big B is still kind of a pain in the butt. What's the difference between the cone and the cylinder? One has the 1 divided by 3, right? So 1 we have to divide by 3. Ready? Find radius, pi, and height. This will be the last cylinder that we do.
Yay! Wait, no.
What's the radius?
7.
7.
Why is it not 14?
Because radius is half the diameter.
That's the diameter. We need half that. What is pi? I don't know about y'all, but I've been really craving pie since we started doing these. I have to go to my grandma's.
Should bring some.
I don't make pie. My grandma does. I'm gonna go to grandma's. Get a pie.
I'll make some pie.
You can't come to my grandma's with me. It's my grandma. What's height?
30.
Okay, I don't share my grandma very well.
Will you share your grandma when she brings pencils?
Yeah, it's true. That is true. That reminds me, I've got Valentine's Day pencils for y'all. I just gotta go get. I gotta get them from my house. Big B. How do I find Big B?
Pi r².
Why are we using pi r squared?
Because that's the thing.
It's a formula for what shape?
Cylinder.
Circle.
Circle. Thank you. Circle. You were close. Yes, but no. Yes, ish.
So every holiday she gives us pencils.
If they sell them at the Walmart.
Oh.
She loves y'all way more than I do. That's for sure.
You said she likes us more than you like us.
That's what I said.
Well, maybe this class, except for your favorite student, Aaron.
Kiara.
Aaron.
Alright, so Big B is 153.86. So how do I use that to find my volume?
Times by the height.
Big B,
That equals 4,600.
don't be shouty. Don't be shouty. Hey, how often do you have to write this formula?
Every
Once
one
every-
problem.
Once per problem. Only once each time.
What number is that?
153.86 times 30. That is terrible, isn't it?
So it's like also like 5.
1.5. That's a 5. If I look at the screen when I'm doing it, not at the paper, it makes my handwriting worse than it normally is.
Well, then don't look.
Alright, Chase. What's the answer?
4,615.8 yards.
Alright, so yesterday we talked about, what do we have, green beans or we have Pringles in here, I forget. Pringles? Green beans? We did Pringles and green beans. I'll do Pringles. So, if we had a can of Pringles, what part of the Pringle can did we find?
The inside.
The inside. So, what's inside of the Pringles can?
The pizza chips.
Your pizza Pringles. Ooh, those are good. Those are pretty good.
The jalapeno kind.
Mm-mm.
Ew.
No. Weirdo.
My husband eats the salt and vinegar. I can't even stand the smell of them. It smells like feet.
Weirdo.
He is weird. Thank you. Tell him that all the time. He calls me mean. Alright, so it's the same radius and the same height, so your big B will be the same. What changes, though? Yeah, your formula has the 1/3 in it this time. Why does it have the 1/3?
Because it's a triangle thing.
It's a triangle thing. It's a cone. It's a cone.
I put the wrong one.
It's a triangle.
That's not a triangle. It's 3-dimensional. Triangles are 2-dimensionals.
There's a triangle in it.
Where's the triangle?
Right there. As a point.
I don't see a triangle at all. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Let's make a closed cylinder.
Yeah, like that.
Even if I lay this thing flat,
It looks like a person.
it looks like your little Facebook person. There's no triangle, so stop saying triangle. There's no triangle on a cone. Even on the net, there's not a triangle.
Those lines are only for banding.
There's no triangles, alright? It's not a jeez.
It looks like a
Where
triangle.
do you see triangles?
Alright. So how do I find the volume for the cone?
You times
1/3 times
your base, 150.
big B times
430.
30. And what's the answer?
153. 1,000. I'm gonna get those.
1,538 and 6/10 yards cubed.
Are those? Is that a cupcake from one of the drawings?
It is. Ignacio gave it to me.
Not you?
Mhm.
Oh, no.
It's a pop-up. Alright, so we're not going to do cylinders anymore. We're just going to focus on the cones. I still want you to start by finding R, pi, and H. So on the top right, get as far as you can. Top right, get as far as you can.
Yay, there's no nets.
No, because the nets are weird for cones. They are.
I mean, we could do a net.
But we're not going to so much. Alright, sit up. Nap, you can nap. Sit up, alright. Up, make you stand.
Everything's back except for food.
Why is it
I have no idea. Because it's auto-focusing, and it thinks that it's... So, really and truly what's happening, I'm so white that part of the camera is... This is the truth. Part of the camera is getting me. See, whenever I put my hand, it gets... It's trying to adjust to my whiteness. So I'll get a tan, guys. I apologize. I'll try. It's the truth.
Well, it's not
Here
summer
you go.
yet.
What'd you learn today? My teacher's really white.
I'm your parents ask you what you learned today. My teacher said she's very white.
I didn't say it. It's the truth. It's legit. Didn't do what thing? What? You doing what? Alright, I got my radius of 10. Oh, why did I put a B? Pi is 3.14. Height is 19. How do I find big B? Guys, you're out of focus.
3.14 times 10 squared.
Which equals...
340.
I'll take that and plug it in.
1 over 3 times 314 times 19.
I think if you use the fraction on this one, it'll actually pop back a fraction out at you. If I remember correctly. So if it gives you a fraction back, just do top divided by bottom. Numerator divided by denominator.
1,988.67.
So why is it 67 and not 66?
Because it rounds up.
The 6 to the right of the 6 makes it round up. Centimeters cubed. So what are we thinking about cones? Easy, hard, kind of in the middle.
Easy.
Not too bad. Big B, still a little bit of pain in the butt. That's about it. Bottom left, get as far as you can. Oh, hotness.
So, is there a 1 point how we don't have to write 3.14?
Whenever you get to geometry, you'll actually probably use pi, and you'll leave things what's called in terms of pi. but we're not going to do that in the 8th grade.
Mm.
Because what we're giving is an estimated answer, not an exact answer. If you leave it in terms of pi, it's an exact answer. Which is way more than you need to know for right now. What's the radius?
3.
3. Why is it not 6?
Because
Because it's half.
Because it's half. 6 is the diameter. We need half of that. So where do I start?
R.
Big B.
3.14 times 3 squared.
Which is 28, 26. 28, 2600ths. Now what do I do with that?
One third.
Dang it. Which is
7,536.
No, just so.
alright, last cone on the notes. Get as far, or is that the one we just did? No. Last cone on the notes. Get as far as you can. Shaggy. Yeah, I changed it for next year. I meant to change it last year and it just didn't happen. That's my bad. It's on me. But I changed it. And saved it so it can change. What's the radius?
7.
Pi.
Pi is 3.14.
Height.
And then your height is 13. And then you go
Big B.
pi r squared
That's my bad, guys.
Centimeters.
Alright, if you want to, you can glue that in.
What if I don't want to?
Then you can wait. Either way, it's getting glued in. Why? Stop flashing. Golly. Every part of my board is being temperamental today.
I think your board does hate you all.
I think that's what it senses, that I'm cranky, and it's just trying to set me off.
Like, I don't think technology is the best friend right now.
It never has been. Hashtag story of my life.
It's okay, Miss Carol. We'll go jump technology.
Appreciate that.
Come on, Kira. They're not my favorite.
Alright, we need this sheet. What's this?
Cute.
Square.
A cube. This is also known as a rectangular prism. What shape is the base?
Square.
Square. Okay. What is this?
Triangle.
A pyramid.
Oh, the triangles. It's a pyramid. This one legit does have triangles on it, so you're closer. This is a pyramid. What's the shape of the base?
Triangle.
Square.
Here's the base. It's a square. So this is a square pyramid, right? There are different types of pyramids. Remember, they're named for their base. So same question. They have the same size base. Same size base. And they're the same height. Same exact height. So make your best guess. One pyramid equals how many prisms? Make your best guess and write it down. Same thing. I'm going to take this. I'm going to make a whole big mess because this one's hard to do. And pour it into here. How many of pyramids will fit into the prism? They're the same size base, same exact height. Same exact base, same exact height. How many of these pyramids will fit into this prism? Make your best guess, write it down. Making a mess. Do what?
So I think it's gonna be the same.
Well, no, I didn't say shout it out. I said write it down. Struggle busting today with the shout outs.
No, right?
That's flat. What are you talking about? It's too much. You're too much. Alright, here goes one. Those of you watching on the podcast, it's up to right there. We got a ways to go. Change your guess if you want to. Here goes two. Change your guess if you want to. Don't say the word triangle anymore. It's not a triangle. Triangles are two-dimensional shapes. These are three-dimensional shapes. They're not the same. You're gonna get a star question wrong because you're gonna answer something goofy like that. You gotta get that out of your head.
Why, Jack?
That's two-dimensional. This is three-dimensional.
Michelle, watch. On a star edition, it says, what is this? And it has a triangle, and he actually gets it right.
Ellen, keep him in my line. Get him. Struggle busting over here with these cubes. Alright. Third one.
Yeah, I think she doesn't want to do this anymore.
There's three. Up to the top. Ooh, that actually hurt.
Aaron's actually right.
So how many pyramids fit in the prism? 3.
3. 1/3 of the pyramid.
Alright, so I don't like the way this is worded, so we're going to change it. We're going to switch it around. 1 prism equals 3 pyramids. 1 prism equals 3 pyramids, which means a pyramid is 1/3 of a prism. But this only works if what?
So,
Same height,
Oh, same height and same base.
same base. Same exact height, same exact base.
Net and food drawing.
Alright.
Wait, you don't have to work it out, do we?
Do what?
When we write the net and the 3 drawing, we don't have to work it out.
No. And so the formula for a pyramid is same as the cone. 1/3 B8, 1/3 base, area of the base times the height. Same formula. Alright, and we don't need to do this. We've already done that. We already have that in our notes.
Mm-hmm.
Mainly because I don't want Chase to draw a triangle. I'm telling you, that's not a triangle. It's a pyramid.
Like those,
The sides are triangles.
Egyptian-
Yes, the Egyptians made square pyramids. Alright, so we're only going to do these top 2.
So now I feel bad for this.
We're not going to do these triangles because these triangles are a whole hot mess and we're just not going to do them.
I thought they were triangles.
Well, triangular pyramids. We're not going to do the... Thank you. We're not going to do the triangular pyramids. Keep me on my toes today.
Dang.
See what happens when you come to school?
I'm not even gonna do or medium.
It makes me sad.
I called it.
That makes me sad.
You know what this is.
Alright,
Excuse me.
so let's start with volume is 1/3 big B times H. Are we going to find pi and radius and all that stuff on this one?
No.
No, why not?
Because it's not a circle.
There's no circles, so we don't have pi and radius.
Unless you... There's a circle.
We still need to find big B, and that's the area of the base. So here's the base here. That's that square, that rectangle.
3 times 3.
3 times 3. So 3 times 3 is 9. So everybody follow me on the big B? It's just the area of that rectangle. 3 times 3. What's the H?
That's fun. No thanks. That sounded like a crowd.
Oh, they're good. Sit down.
Okay.
They're good. We're good. Everybody's good. Alright, so now we're just going to plug everything. We've got 1/3 times big B times H. 1/3 times big B times H. Shh. And what does that equal? 33.
33
millimeters
cube.
Is this very big?
Yeah.
Okay, it's a millimeter.
No, it's not big at all.
It's super small.
Tiny. The thing's tiny. It's only 11 millimeters tall, so it's super tiny.
So it's like one of those cubes.
These cubes are a centimeter. 1 centimeter by 1 centimeter by 1 centimeter. Alright, so let's do the next one. Top right, and then we'll be done for the day. Top right. Get as far as you can.
No more papers.
You wish.
Okay. We should have it one day where we just do notes.
We've done that several times. I hate those days. We pretty much did that yesterday.
But we still had a paper though.
How do I find big B?
You times it by your base thingy.
13 times 7 is?
91.
What's H?
14.
So then how do I find my volume?
1 over 3 times 91 times
Which is
424.
I got 2.1. 6, 6, 6.
I got what Chase got. Alright, we'll listen to your next pages, and then we'll update our table of contents. One of 6 and 107.
Is this short?
Or am I short? Yes, very.
Oh, yeah. The quiz is.
Some are, some aren't.